Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Jen Fetzer and today I'm going to be taking you along with me as I paint on a Trekell wooden panel. This happens to be a crystal ball panel from their Halloween line. However, I'm going to be using it as a snow globe to paint a cute little yeti scene with acrylic gouache. So follow along with me as we paint this adorable scene. The first thing you need to do when working with wood panels is to gesso them. You can get clear or white gesso. I usually do 2 layers and I sand in between. I came up with this idea years ago actually in my sketchbook, and it was of these yeti siblings. It kind of reminded me of me and my brother when we were younger, growing up and just going on little adventures in our neighborhood and in the forests and woods around us. So I kind of played with that theme of family bonds and hanging out with siblings for the original painting. For the actual painting that I'm doing today, I just went with one of the siblings, mostly because I wanted to have them be kind of large and in the middle of the painting. If I would have done 2 of the yetis, I would have had to make them significantly smaller to fit in this space, which is why I just went with the 1 sibling. I do really love the idea of 2, but sometimes you have to be practical with what you're using. As you can see, I have a couple other shapes in these Trekell wood panels. So if you would like to see me do another shape, go ahead and list it below. I do have some other shapes as well that I didn't show in the beginning of the video. I have some crescent moons, some Ouija board little heart things, planchettes, I think they're called. I have some jars and a spaceship, I think. So let me know if you want to see another fun painting on one of these panels, and I'll try to do that video as well. If you could kindly give me a thumbs up, that really helps my channel grow. I'd appreciate it so much. So for the mountains, I went with this light blue color. Of course, mountains don't really look like this, but this is a fun illustration, so we can take some creative liberties, which is, of course, what I did. I tried to paint the mountains that are closer a little bit darker, and the ones that are further away a little bit lighter in color, just to show depth of field. So start to finish, this painting took me about 2 hours and 20 minutes, I would say. And I think a large part of painting, like time-wise, is mixing the colors and getting the colors that you want just right. It does take a bit of experience, and sometimes you might not get the exact color you want. That is especially true for gouache paints because they do not dry the color that they are mixed at. So the lighter colors will dry darker and darker colors will dry lighter. So you have to kind of get used to that when working with this medium. Unfortunately, the way the sun was shining while painting the bottom of this snow globe, you couldn't really see when I go in later with different colors to add the shadows. But at the end, there is some final shots of the painting itself, and you can see the variation. It kind of just looks like the whole time that I'm painting here that it's all one color, and I actually am using multiple shades of brown. I think just because it was wet, it had a certain glare to it, so it didn't show up very well. So one slight difference I made in this Yeti compared to the sketchbook of him is I had his arms moving a little bit. It kind of looks like he's waving to you or saying, "Hey, how's it going?" I thought about making him doing something like maybe fishing or holding on to some item, but I also didn't want to overcomplicate the painting since it's been a while since I painted on one of these wood panels. And I feel like sometimes if I create too many challenges for myself, I can get frustrated and give up easily. So a lot of times I just want to challenge myself enough that I'm able to finish the painting, if that makes sense. Of course, you want to challenge yourself, but you also have to be realistic of what you're able to accomplish. I have to constantly remind myself, I do work full time. I have a family, I have all these other things going on in my life, and as much as I would love to add all these details into my paintings, sometimes it doesn't make sense. Sometimes I only have so much time on the weekend to do things, and I just have to be mindful and understanding of my own time limitations. To do this fur texture on his belly, I just used just a tiny amount of paint with a dry brush. So it's a dry brush technique, and I put a tiny dab of paint on, and then I took some of it off. Like I dabbed it on my palette, so even less of the paint was on the brush to give that textural effect. As you saw for the eyes, I was using a dotting tool. I actually got those for my nails. If you search nail art dotting tools, you'll find some really affordable options. If you search for dotting tools for artists, they're a little bit higher priced, which is interesting. I'm going to use the dotting tool again to add a bunch of little snowflakes in the background. I thought about doing some more stylized snowflakes, but again, it felt a little too complicated, and I was like, dots are fine. We know what that is. That's definitely snow. Thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. If you made it all the way through, I would ask you to kindly subscribe. I'm sure you would like more of my videos. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and go ahead and leave a comment down below. As you saw, I have a lot of these Trekell panels. Tell me which one you want me to paint next, and I'll see if I can create something special for all of you. All right, have a good day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.